the State of Security. I'm Sabrina, and this is Ken.
Hey guys.
Today we're going to talk about a security breach. It's a new year, and a new security breach is out there. This time it's with Zappos. You may be familiar with it. I don't know if you ever frequent their online store for shoes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Bought a few pairs of shoes.
All right. Well, this time 24 million records have been breached. So it's more of a privacy issue since they didn't get any credit card numbers.
Right.
But what would you suggest that Zappos customers do, Ken?
Well, obviously they'll be following up with a letter that says your information may have been stolen. You have to look out for phishing emails now. Especially if they have more information about you, they can target. Especially sites such as Zappos now could be phishing sites where they'll send you, hey, free coupon here. They know you're a customer. Click on that. Once you click on it, they can compromise your computer. So definitely be aware of the common phishing attacks. This one's going to be a little bit more sophisticated because they are going to have more of your information and know that you are a consumer of that site.
Okay, so make sure you watch out for those spear phishing attacks.
Right.
And of course, make sure you're going to have to change your password anyway.
Right.
But for other sites, change your passwords and make sure to have different passwords for all of your sites.
Yep.
Okay. Well, another interesting thing is happening tomorrow, actually. Wikipedia is going to be blacked out. How do you feel about that? Do you use Wikipedia often?
I just don't know what they're trying to get out of it. Is it a marketing ploy?
Well, they are doing it to protest the anti-piracy laws. So they're saying, you know what, we're going to black out the site, and then you'll see how much you need this free information, how many people want it.
Yeah, it's not really going to affect me much.
Sometimes I like to research stuff on there like mythology or Egyptian times.
Okay. Well,
but I can go a day without that.
Yep, I don't think it's going to do much for their protest, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
Right.
Okay. Well, and I know another thing that we need to bring up are MSBs, minimum security baselines. I know a lot of our clients contact you and say, hey, can you just develop this for me? But it's not as simple as just developing it. There's a few steps. The development's step 2.
Right.
So what are the other steps?
Right, so hardening documents or minimum security baselines are often called out by regulatory and compliance standards. Specifically PCI and some of the other regs are saying, hey, you got to harden your systems and apply good controls to them. And there's a lot of sites that you can download templates from. These templates are going to have anything from disabling local admin, services, to patch levels, etc. But the problem is MSB, minimum security baselines, is a process. And a lot of people don't realize that. So the first step of the process is really to do system interrogations of the systems you're looking to harden. Interview the system owners as well as the business owners to determine what the system is being used for. Hopefully out of that comes into some data classification, such as these systems are going to be used for PCI, these are going to be for PHI, or whatnot. Once you get that information back, and you can use like GFI LandGuard or a variety of other tools that actually do the system interrogation, then you want to pull back best practices and match up with your interviewing, system interrogations found to what your actually best practices are for securing that device. Windows, whether it's a Windows 7, it's a Windows 2008 server, SharePoint, your Cisco routers, any of these could have configurations. But it doesn't stop there, and that's where most clients believe, okay, well, we got one, what do we do with it? Third step is actually going to be taking this into a QA test environment and then customizing it. So every minimum security baseline is going to say shut off NetBIOS for Windows. Well, clearly you can't do that unless you're in an environment that allows NetBIOS to be shut off in pure pure native format. So NetBIOS is going to have to be left open. Anonymous access and some of the other things that fall along with NetBIOS being vulnerable are things that then you would trigger in addition to the minimum security baseline to really make it more customized to the environment. Obviously, the implementation of the baseline needs to be established, which would be step 4, and then step 5 would be how do you monitor that? So once your baseline is implemented, how do you monitor the baseline to make sure that it's been non-modified and it's still where you implemented 3 months ago? Typically, this is where vulnerability management comes in. With some of the new tools out there, you can actually create your baseline for each one of the systems at their own scanning, and then you can scan the systems to determine if they meet the compliance for your minimum security baseline. So that's the process that one would go through to put in minimum security baselines or hardening documents. The reason it's minimum is it's the minimum set of requirements you would expect systems in that environment to meet. As you start to develop these baselines based on system criticality, what they hold, you would develop hardening documents and baselines for your DMZ, ERP systems, cardholder information, etc.
Okay, wow. So it sounds a lot more complex than just developing this MSB. There's a lot of steps,
Right.
and then you need to monitor it
Right.
so it doesn't deteriorate.
Right, and the biggest thing is not just pulling a template off the internet, putting that in your system environment, breaking things, and then allowing it to just kind of deteriorate over some period of time, and then redoing the process again, which is, oh, we got to fix it. Stuff got local admin got added, people added service accounts, there was new software loaded, etc. So this is the process. We get a lot of requests, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of people out there implementing minimum security baselines correctly. So we want to make sure this is a public service announcement of how to implement baselines effectively.
You need to do it right the first time, go through all of the 5 steps, and continuously monitor it so that you don't just haphazardly do it, and
Yep.
then you're going to be in trouble.
That's right.
You're not going to like it. All right, well, that was very nice of you to warn everybody.
Yeah.
All right, on that note, we are going to remind you to check out SecureState's blog. Spencer McIntyre just released a new tool update called EepScan. That's up there, and a lot of other cool stuff. So check it out, and make sure you email me at spowers@SecureState with any questions that you'd like Ken to answer. And until then, have a great week.
Sounds great. Take care.